Hi, I'm Richard from Frozen Well. Welcome back to my third devlog for my game Ghost Blaster. The first thing that I've been working on this week is giving the player a gun. As you can see, the original sprite I created had no gun. Our hero wasn't going to blast many ghosts without one, so I've now added one. Next up is to get the gun to actually fire bullets. So, now I have bullets firing. They fire left and right based on the direction that the player is currently facing. The bullet is currently just a yellow square and the bullets just keep going when they get to a wall. So next up is create a sprite for the bullet and to add collisions when they hit solid objects. That's the coding done for the bullet collisions. I've added all the scenery tiles to a family and I check for when the bullet collides with this family. Then I spawn a particle effect and I set the angle of it depending on which direction the bullet was travelling. Here you can see the bullets in action colliding with scenery. I'm not totally happy with the particle effect, but it will be okay for now as a placeholder. I'll probably end up hand drawing an animation for it in the future. The next task that I want to do this week is to start creating some enemies for the game. So it's time to fire up a sprite and create the first enemy for the game. A ghost. Here you can see the ghost animation that I've created. I'll no doubt make changes to it, but I'm happy with it for now. Now it's time to write the code to move the ghost in the game. Here's the completed code that handles the ghost movement. The ghost has the platform behaviour and is used to move the ghost left and right. The ghost checks for collisions and when it either hits a wall or reaches the edge of a ledge, it changes direction. Here's the ghost in a test scene I've set up. You can see how it's changing direction when it hits a solid wall on the raised ground. The enemy is going to be a very basic enemy that just keeps moving back and forwards until you destroy it. So next I need to make it take damage when the player's bullets hit. Now when the player fires, the ghost takes damage. I've added a flash to indicate this to the player, and when the ghost is killed it spawns an explosion. This is an explosion that I created for a previous game and I've just recoloured it. It'll be good as a placeholder for the moment. In my last devlog I created a room editor to make the creation of rooms easier for me. When I started to edit them I've realised that the size of the rooms that I was planning on creating was going to severely limit the design of the game. I had them as 30 tiles wide and 12 tiles high. I decided I need to increase the available height for the rooms to increase variety. The rooms will now be 30 tiles high and 30 tiles wide. While I will not use all the space for every room, it just makes more sense to have it available when I need it. As you can see here, it allows me to add more vertical variety to the room and just not be going left and right all the time. Next on my to-do list this week was to add muzzle flash to the player's gun when they fire. I drew an animation for this in a sprite. Having imported the animation into Construct, I then added the code to get this working. I added the pin behaviour to the muzzle flash and at the start of the layout pin it to the player's gun. There's a blank frame at the end of the animation, so I set the frame to this initially so the animation is not visible. When the player presses fire, the animation is played from the beginning, and when it ends it stops on the blank frame again. This saves having to keep creating a new object every time the player fires. Here's a demo of what the muzzle flash looks like in the game. I've also added an effect that creates an empty bullet casing each time the player fires. This drops to the ground and then fades away. Finally this week I needed to get a mechanism for spawning the enemies that I've started making into the game. The way I've implemented this is to add a new tile to the room editor for the ghost enemy. Then when the level is created, the ID of this is used to create the enemy instead of a normal room tile. This works well and I can use the same principle going forward for all the enemies. Long term I'll probably have it spawn a type of enemy like a patrolling enemy, instead of a specific one like a ghost. This will add more variety to the procedurally generated levels. Thanks for watching and please hit the subscribe button so you can follow my progress with Ghost Blaster.